That was good, man. That was some good stuff, man. I really appreciate it. So good stuff. Keep doing your thing with it, man. So and everybody participate, man. I really enjoyed all the conversation, the engagement. So good stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. So what you got on your mind, Coach? Talk to us, man. What you thinking? What you think about this draft, man?
Shador Sanders. Why y'all hate? Why do so many people hate on him? Wow, I can't figure it out. I really cannot figure it out. In the past, I've been a proponent of, look, when DJ was here, give him tools to see if he's a quarterback. Okay. I'm now saying we needed a quarterback, and now you have people, NFL people, saying no, just get the tools now and then try for a quarterback in the future. Well, how do you say quarterbacks are going to be worth it and be awful for Arch? I love you, Chris Canty, but you're wrong, bro. Because first of all, his granddad report says his granddad said he ain't coming out next year. So are we going to be awful for Arch for 2 years? I mean, but you have a quarterback now who can play the game. Whether you don't like his arm talent, whatever. The first thing that I've been hammering is to play in the New York tri-state area, you got to have this, and you got to have this. And a lot of players in all sports can't handle this New York market. Look at what we're doing right now. You think a lot of players want to come here and play in New York, getting lack of support like this? Shador is not going to worry about it. He's going to come in and he's going to change the culture. And he's going to say, you either riding with me or you're going to stay over there. Sounds familiar. Somebody else said that before in the past, but he's not here anymore. But the point being is, he said, stay over there. And I'm going to say the same thing. When he changes it, when he comes here and changes it, y'all stay over there.
That's a fact.
Because if y'all try to change the narrative, oh yeah, Shador this, Shador that.
Yep, that's all.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Let me show the people something here too. You know what I'm saying? Like this is ridiculous. This is the quarterback class that people. Pete, shout out to Pete too. He says some of the people in the Giants building. I don't know if you guys can see it very well.
Yeah, we can. Yep. You clear back down a little bit. You went to one more right there. All right, you good.
All right, so Arch Manning is gone. He's not coming out. His family even said he's not coming out next year. So Nico, I do believe Nico could be a better quarterback than Shador Sanders. That's a fact. I think he'd be a better quarterback than Shador Sanders and Cam Ward. I think he's that talented. Nico is pretty damn good. But you're going to have the number one pick for him. Drew Aller. Hell no. I know what Drew Aller is. That's why he went back to school.
Yep.
Lenore Sellers. No. Athletic quarterback, but no. Garrett Nussmeier. No. I think Baker Mayfield is his ceiling. That's if he just does great. Kay Cudlip. Who? Sam Levitt. Who? John Mater. Who? Miller Moss. Come on, man. Carson Beck.
He's still in school?
Exactly, man. Gonna be 27 years old when he
he's
comes
not
out.
Georgia. He's in Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Hey, Haynes King. No. Jackson Arnold. No. You want to keep going through the list? Connor Wakeman. No. Anthony Carlandra. No. Noah Fafita. He's going to be 27 years old when he comes out. No. Jalen Daniels.
Jaden Daniels? No. Oh, no. That's Jalen. My bad.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels.
Never mind.
Jalen Daniels. No. 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 Like, why is this quarterback class being considered so dominant next year? I don't give a damn what stats they put up next year. This is the only kid that I know that could be better than both of those guys.
Nico.
That's it. It's Nico. Arch is not coming out, and it's still out there on Arch. You know why you so
That's
mad,
what I'm
so
saying.
blazing Arch so bad? Is because he comes from a pedigree. But guess what? Sanders comes from a pedigree. So you can't use that excuse. What's the excuse? What's the excuse? They're going to hype up some of these lower quarterbacks like they do every year. This is one of the only years where the hype didn't work. They were not good enough to be hyped up above the top quarterbacks. Jackson Dart wasn't good enough. When he was under pressure in the SEC, he showed what he was. He got smoked by us, Florida, and we were trash. Drew Aller. They hyped up this kid off 2 games in the playoffs, and you know this kid did not throw for 200 yards in those 2 games and had 1 touchdown and had under 50% completion percentage during those 2 games, and they were trying to say he was the number 1 quarterback. Will Howard, no. Nussmeier, I gotta go back to school. Drew Aller, I gotta go back to school. You want to know why? Because they knew they weren't good enough yet. All those great hopes that you wanted, Stafford didn't work out. Couldn't get him. They never were in on Rodgers. Shout out to P-Dot. Kirk Cousins, he got benched over in Atlanta. What you want him for? Nussmeier had to go back to school. Drew Aller had to go back to school. Will Howard, trash. Jackson Dart is what he is. I think he's a good quarterback, but not for the NFC East. Put him in a dome. Put him over there with the Saints. He'll be okay. Who are all these other guys? Rourke, no. The dude from Syracuse, the other little guy, no.
Kyle McCord,
Kyle McCord.
Dylan Gabriel,
no.
Riley Leonard, yeah. Come on, man.
Riley Leonard, worse than Daniel
Shuck.
Jones. Tyler Shuck will be 26 years old. I think he has a pretty good arm. That's a fact. But he'll be 26 years old with 2 bad knees. You say you didn't want Michael Penix for being an older quarterback with 2 knee surgeries. So what makes Shuck better than him? Who played at Louisville? Freaking Penix went to the championship game. There's no way around it. That's why I'm hoping that boy Travis Hunter goes too. Because you really going to see exactly what goes on. Cam Ward 1, Hunter 2. Now see what's up. Because none of those other quarterbacks
ain't got no way out of it now.
Yeah,
now they won't have no way out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, not to mention, isn't Dexter going into the second year of a 4-year deal? When are we going to bring the quarterback to justify resigning guys like him? It doesn't make sense to keep kicking the can. Exactly. Andrew Thomas. Dexter Lawrence is getting older. Andrew Thomas is getting older. Andrew Thomas is having an injury history now. We got to do something now to tell these guys, look, we are behind you.
Exactly.
I don't understand what these like. None of these dudes will never come and battle me about this stuff. I've been asking. Please come and tell me why Shedeur Sanders is nowhere near the pick that you should pick. When no other quarterback is anywhere near their level. The closest you could get is Jackson Dart. Oh, yeah, give us Milroe because you know Milroe can be replaced. Yeah. After 3-4 games, you get in there and throw a couple of interceptions. You know he can be replaced by your preference. You can't replace Shedeur Sanders like that. You can't do him like that because his name is too big. And you know what's up if you do that. There's no PR that can save you if you try to do a Kirk Cousins to a freaking RG3 situation with Shedeur Sanders. It's not going to work. His name is too big. His pedigree is too strong. You're just scared of the kid. It is ridiculous. You're scared of what he can become in New York. You have to put him up there with an Eli or Phil Simms or even your Jeff Hostetler or even your Kerry Collins, who was a bust over there in North with the Panthers, but came over here with good coaching, and we went to the Super Bowl, even though we got our asses kicked in that Super Bowl. I hated that game.
Mm.
Let me ask y'all this, and then we got to get to Ghost Dog. We got Ghost Dog in the back. Coach, if what I think is going to happen is the Giants are going to have to choose between Shedeur Sanders and probably Abdul Carter. You know, when the Giants make this pick, would you be upset? Because I know you said you wanted Hunter or Sanders. Would you be upset if they take Abdul Carter?
I can't say I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to. It's going to take me some time with Carter. All right, right now, which no one is talking about. What's up with his injuries? What's up with his injury? How serious is this injury? He has not worked out this circuit at all. So that's something that's serious. I watched him at Penn State, being in the Big Ten. I'm sorry, people. Big Ten is almost like NFC East football. How's he going to hold up against the run? Because if I'm an OC, I'm running right at him. I'm running right at him. And you know what that's going to do? You keep smacking him. Come late in the game, his pass rushing, which, yes, he has some great pass rushing skills. But he's going to be tired. Because it's like in boxing. What do you do in boxing? You take away the body to go to the head. Same thing here with him. Now he's 240, 250. Okay, he's put on some weight. But is he going to be able to handle the physicality that he's going to have to face in the NFC East? Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to run right at him to see what type of man this player is. Can he handle the point when I'm running right at you? And when a running back is putting his shoulder right into his chest and he's falling on his back, and the running back is standing up looking down at him, and his eyes are starting to get watery and glazed. I have my concerns about him long term. I really do. Again, like I said, the injury right now, and how is he going to handle the run? Now, if you're talking about 2-3 years down the road, maybe my view would change. But right now, I don't think he's ready to handle physical football in the NFL. I could be wrong, but go ahead, Pat.
I'll say a couple of things, but shout out to Next Shift.
Next Shift,
what's
man.
Going on, brother?
I missed you, bro. I missed you, man.
What's going on, Next Shift? Hopefully you're subscribed
everything
to
is
the
well.
Aboriginal Sports Network too. Good to see you, man. Good to see you as well. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah,
I do believe you bring up some valid points, and Diela, if he's ever able to come onto the show, he's always doing something when we doing on the show. But thank you for always checking in. What's up, Reality Check?
That's
thank you for tuning in as well.
That's AK.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on, AK?
AK, what's good with you, man? Appreciate y'all tapping in.
All right, Randy.
Diela brings up good points as well. But Coach, you being a coach and me being an aspiring coach, we all know that people develop. And this is a good point by Next Shift. He says Nolan Smith took a year to find his feet, and with proper vets, he got shown what to do. He was a force. Even against the run, he was a force. And sometimes you can use your athletic ability to avoid those people. See, a lot of people talk about him going head up with people and just head up. Like, some people know how to maneuver around and get in there and just, take over. Now, you have some people that can do that and buck up with you. People like a Warren Sapp and an Aaron Donald, people of such like that, like a Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt. Michael Parsons comes to mind. People run at him all the time because they know that's his weakness. So are you saying that maybe that's what you're worried about? Because as great as Michael Parsons is, when it comes to that run game, people attack them tremendously when NYG was calling that Saints game. That's where we got the outside from. You know what I'm saying? Running straight towards him. And they do come from the same school, same teachings, same athletic ability.
Very similar players, yeah.
Very similar. Like, I think almost identical. Are you saying that he couldn't develop that? And let's go about what we have developers here with the New York Giants. Are they developing people? So I just want you to elaborate on that
real quick. And I don't want to keep Ghost waiting. We got him in the back.
We can bring Ghost in. Come
on. You got a layout.
There you go. Now give Ghost a
Here we go.
What's going on, Ghost?
What's good, Ghost? What's good? Pull it down, Pat. I'm gonna take a bathroom break, but y'all keep the conversation and hit that like button, man. Y'all gotta look out for us, man. Hit the like button, man. We trying to grow the channel, man. Y'all love the content. I know y'all do. Y'all in the chat. We got 50 plus in the chat. Please hit that like button, man. Appreciate y'all. Go ahead, Pat.
Man. If you look watching on Twitter, hit that follow button. But same with Chop Robinson, same way. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm not saying he can't develop, but what I'm talking about is right off the bat. You got to test him to see what he is able to do and handle in the NFL. Now with the proper coaching, any player can develop because they are all good. We could sit here and say whatever about any player. You could sit here and say, "Oh, this player is trash," or this or that, in comparison to who? Because most of the players that you want to really compare them to coming out of college, they're elite. But if you properly develop them, they get into the film room and they study. And they get into the weight room and they develop their level of physicality. Yeah, he can be someone that, eventually can be feared. But, like right now, the first thing that I'm concerned with is his injury. What is the injury? Why even if
I think it's a stress fracture in his foot, Coach. And if so, that's a year.
Exactly, Pat. And you know what? Yeah, the teams are going to know that. Okay. But my point being is, I don't hear anybody else talking about it or questioning it or anything else. But a whole lot of other players, you're going to question his injury history. But not him. You're giving him a pass. Right? Be fair. Which, you know what? You're criticizing Shedeur Sanders for a weak arm. And because he's arrogant, that's going to drop him. But he has a stress fracture. But that's not going to drop that. Possibly have a stress fracture, so that wouldn't drop him also. I just think it's a double standard here. It's more hate for Sanders than it is being truthfully and honest in your evaluation process. So, but and again, I've watched Carter being in the Big Ten, especially going up against Michigan, going up against Ohio State. He's made some plays, but a lot of times he's okay. He's okay. And like I said, the Big Ten, if you want to be comparative, they're very physical in the Big Ten. NFC East is a physical division. So I'm just saying, but go ahead.
Let's get Ghost Dog in here.
You.
What's
good, man?
What's good with you, Ghost?
Everybody on the panel,
there you go, Pat. All right. I got my producer in the back, man, holding it down for me. What's good with you, Ghost, though?
Chilling, fam. How's everything?
On, man. Talk to the people, man. What you think, man? What you think about our draft? And what you think about this whole Shedeur Sanders, or I guess now it's going to be Abdul Carter, the choice that Travis Hunter goes to?
I thought the draft was dope. I like the picks. Definitely opened up my eyes a little bit on that last pick, that LSU dude. I completely have forgotten about him.
Kyron Lacy, yeah.
He got lost in the translation with the whole situation that he's got going on. But it was official, man. If we had a draft like that, man, I think it'd be like a situation like last year where almost all the picks hit. So, as far as like the Abdul Carter, Shedeur Sanders drama, I mean, it's the same thing as usual, like last week, the week before. Just The drama continues until draft day, man. It's just excuse after excuse for every rhyme or reason they can try to get or reach for. You know, it's at the point where you comparing, like, the fact that people putting BJ, and I said in the chat, BJ and Shadur Sanders in the same conversation is so nasty work to me. It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's nasty.
It's so crazy. It's nasty work. Nasty work. But it just goes to show you just how far people are willing to go to try to beat around the bush. And I'm going to keep saying it, man. Just say how you really feel. Because at this point, it's like, man, you can't hide no more. Like I was saying at this point, like if he's there at 3 and it's Abdul Carter and y'all avoid it, that's it. You know, there ain't nothing else to say at this point. There ain't nothing else to say at this point.
I'm not going to lie.
And I got a question, Coach, just to add to what you were saying earlier. Do you think that, because y'all hit nail on the head. You know, Abdul Carter is like a clone copy of Michael Parsons. We already know what the strengths and weaknesses are. My question to you,
both wore 11 too. Yeah.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to ask,
they got a thing with Penn State. Real quick, with but with the 11 number. Yeah.
Okay. Linebacker,
yeah. Go ahead, Ghost.
But to add to what you were saying, Coach, do you think that the but especially with what you were going over with the injury history with Abdul Carter, do you think that because these two quarterbacks are the top two quarterbacks in the draft, do you think that that's why there's like an over-evaluation of an Abdul Carter?
Over-evaluation? I don't think he's over-evaluated.
Let me not say over-evaluation, but there's like a certain level of like hype. Maybe there's a better term to use because I don't think it's hype. Let me not take away from the fact that the kid is very talented. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just trying to point out the fact that everybody wants to emphasize quarterback, and now we have these two quarterbacks here in this position to be able to acquire. Now all of a sudden it's like, nah, man. Like let's get the can on the road. Let's get the pieces. And for the last 6 years, even like going back to when Eli was still playing, even when we took Saquon at number 2 that year, it's been quarterback. Now it's like, let's hold the horses, pump the brakes. So my question to you is, Coach, do you think that that's a factor as why people are regarding Abdul Carter to such a high level, or?
Well, yes. There's always the argument that the quarterbacks get more of the praise and more of the hype than the other positions. So now people want to say, well, let's pull these other positions up because you need edge rushers to compete with the quarterbacks. You need the defensive back and you need receivers to help the quarterback shine. So yes, there is some truth into that argument. It's just that, what? Why now? All of a sudden you want to always put the quarterback up there?
That's the $1 million question.
Exactly. Yes. So, but now when we have the opportunity to possibly get our quarterback, now everybody wants to kick the can. I've been saying it in the past. Pat and NYG will tell you. When DJ was here, I said, get the tools to see if DJ is the quarterback before you move on. Pat said the same thing. NYG said the same thing. But everyone, no, you're lovers, you're this, you're that. Now all of a sudden, when we're saying get the quarterback, now all of a sudden it's no, just get the tools and build the team up and then get the quarterback next year.
Now we're racist.
It's like
of all things. Who knew?
It baffles me. It baffles me the hypocrisy that I'm hearing and seeing with people. Either you stand true with your point in your argument, or you don't. If you've been saying the most important position is the quarterback, it's the quarterback.
Almost a decade, Coach. Almost a decade now.
Yes. And now you have the opportunity. There's reports he might slip to 3. Oh, no. You take Carter or Hunter because they're generational. Okay.
And there's that word being thrown around. Like, it's amusing.
What's irritating?
Fascinating.
Remember in the Saquon Barkley draft, it was Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 will start right now in the NFL. 4 out of 5. Y'all took Saquon Barkley, who ain't playing for y'all no more. Keep repeating the same mistakes, and you will be in the same place you're in now.
Winning Super Bowls without you, because remember, OBJ, he went off and won his own Super Bowl without us.
Yep.
Yes, he
True
did.
that. True that.
History doesn't repeat itself; it rhymes. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
So we have to break the cycle, man. I said it a couple weeks ago. You want something that's gonna bridge the old style with the new style? You go draft Shedeur Sanders. You have him sit behind Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston for a year, right? Depending where we're at, let him play for the last 2 games. If we're out of playoff contention, just to let him get his feet wet, build a little bit of a repertoire with neighbors and all that, and then we get ready for the 2026 campaign, man. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not with the Travis Hunter pick so that we can put on a show now. I'm with the let's draft Shedeur Sanders. Let's put him in the fridge for a year, and then let's bust him out the following season. I'm thinking long term. I'm not thinking short term. Because at the end of the day, if we don't draft Shedeur Sanders, you know where I see us 3-4 years from now? Neighbors is out of here, right? Either via trade or whatever
Probably
reason.
on the Commanders, probably with Jaden Daniels. I guarantee you that's where he's going once he leaves the Giants.
And Travis Hunter is going to be in the same situation because he doesn't want to be in an environment where the culture is stagnant and nobody wants to win. And he's going to be in a situation where he's going to be either in a holdout or a let go / via trade situation. So I'm done with this nonsense. Nobody can tell me nothing at this point about not drafting. Word up. And I'm happy. The chickens is coming home to roost. We're about like 2 weeks away from that. So let's put up or shut up. And with that, the floor is yours, Jamie.
Nah, man, you nailed it, man.
I'm gonna just say it like this. You're absolutely correct. If that does happen, Neighbors is gonna find Jaden Daniels. That's his best friend. That's a fact.
And Travis Hunter, I'm about to cut you off, is gonna want to go where Shedeur is at. And
That's
you know what? If people were paying attention, right? And I want people to go back to it. Go back to the pro day. At the end, they recorded when they were all in their little huddle. We're gonna find a way to be back together. Something along those lines. Pay attention is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he did say that.
There's a new day in the NFL. There's a lot of talk of it kind of being very similar to how the NBA is, with the players having a little bit more of a freedom.
Yeah, they started with the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
And what I've been saying, Pat. Pair your quarterbacks with their college receivers. It's a trend. It's working. I pay attention. To everything.
If we go for Shedeur, I'm all with getting a Jimmy Horn in like a 6th, 7th round. I'm all with getting that Williams kid, even like in the 3rd or 4th round if he's there. That's where I'm at with it. I get it. Everybody want to put Travis Hunter was like his bailout. Yo, fam, after going through all my video edits and all that stuff with my clips, bro, it wasn't just Travis Hunter getting catches and making plays out there, bro. It wasn't.
And now, you could say that real quick. You could say that about Jaden Daniels too, because he had Malik Neighbors and Brian Thompson
Jr. So thank you. So
continue.
So yeah. So nah, man. I'm all in. I'm all for sure on Shedeur, man. I'm done with the nonsense. I could sit here and talk till I'm blue in the face. Pun intended, because it's big all day.
Do you know
in the face trying to plead my case for this?
Do you know the type of players that will actually want to come play with Shedeur? Let's just say it don't work out for Travis Hunter with the Browns and they have to make a trade. Where's one of the first places he gonna want to go? To New York. It's just a fact. And we can get him at a discount because it's not working out over there.
And yo, Joe Shane said it too. We do our research for possible future trades and or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, he said that in the little press conference he did the other day. So who's to say if we can't get Shedeur 2-3 years from now, Travis Hunter's like, yo, like I want out of here, bro.
And you know what this does though? It makes your team attractive. It makes your team
Yeah.
exciting. You have to pay attention to what other people are looking at. Do I want to go to the New York Giants who don't have a quarterback, who don't have no way to get a quarterback? Because again, if you pass, you might win 7 or 8 games and be picking 14th or 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Why would any player want to sign up for that? You don't have a coach. He's going to be fired. You have no stability. You have an owner who everybody's saying is racist. Why on earth would you want to play here? But if you get Shedeur Sanders, that changes everything.
Changes
that changes everything because now people have hope. You see direction. You have a quarterback, and you have somebody who has a brand. You know, and it's gonna get people excited. Did you see the crowd that was out there chanting for Shedeur Sanders?
Crazy.
I'm telling you, he's going to be highly, highly marketable, and he's gonna put butts in seats, as they say. And he's gonna get other receivers and players to want to come play for the Giants because they want to play with Shedeur Sanders in New York. You have to pay attention to how things are trending. We talked about the quarterback situation in your division. Do you want to be the only one left behind? Cowboys just went and got Joe Miller. Even they know what time it is. Like, you guys and ladies and gentlemen, you got to see the bigger picture with this thing. It's not about 2025. It's not. And if you're building a team for 2025, I know everybody and their mother who has a narrative and spin on this thing wants to tell you that since they're on the hot seat, there's no way they should take a quarterback. They have to go get a player to win now, as if you're going to take a player, whether it be Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, whoever you take, you're still not in a win now mode this year. Your pick, regardless, is going to be for the future. We just said that they're not going to start right away if they don't have to. Any pick you picking is supposed to be for the future of your franchise, not for today. And if you got guys in here that's picking for now, they shouldn't fucking be in the building. Go ahead, Coach. I'm done. You got it.
I'm going to talk something that you talked about too when you said about Shedeur Sanders and players wanting to come here. All right. Remember when they went to Colorado. Colorado had one win the year before. But all of a sudden, Colorado was getting mainstream viewership. They were getting people tuning in. All right. It's not just about, people in the stands. It's about viewership on that TV. And that's what you got to understand. You want to talk talent? Okay. You want to question some of the talent? Okay. But you said it, NYG, he has a brand. And his brand is going to bring people in. It's going to bring the sponsors in. It's going to bring viewership in. And John Mara, if this is a business and this is about getting you money, what better way to do that? I mean, you're going to get apparel companies that are going to give him his own sneaker and clothing line. Hello, what better way than to be in New York Giant color and scheme? So, I mean, you want to talk business? There you go. It's about business too, as well as wins and losses. I'm trying to put everything together. Go ahead, Coach. You got it, man.
Just to add to the wisdom, Coach, it's the Money Mayweather effect.
Yeah.
Everybody hate that kid. Everybody hate his father, and they hoping and praying on his downfall. It's simple mathematics. I used to be like that about Money Mayweather, talking about bringing the team money with Diella. Switch that around. It's the money team when that kid comes in. I used to be a hater. I used to be a big Money Mayweather hater. But at one point, I caught on. I was like, you know what? He's putting on a show of persona. It's bringing the eyes. It's building up the brand. It's bringing the money flow. It's just what that is. It's the same thing. And it's just so crazy because it's like, there's a certain outside of the ring, I don't even want to get into that crazy situation because we're not talking about that. But that's the difference here. There's nothing really negative when it comes to this kid outside of his quote unquote brashness. The kid is all about football, his family, and being at the best that he can be. Literally.
Mhm.
The kid has cameras on him all day long, and he's taking care of himself from an athletic point. He's having fun with his family and his friends at home, always staying out of trouble. And he's serious about his craft, man. That's it. What more do you want out of your franchise quarterback?
For him to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, and that's why I said though, the chickens is gonna come to roost come, what is it, April 24th, April 25th. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But we're gonna wrap it up here, fellas. But this was dope, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tapping in. And let's hope the Giants make the right decision, man. When this dang on draft thing hits, man, because one thing I don't want is to go through this quarterback thing again next year. I'm sick of it, yo. I'm sick of it, man. Yo, I actually want to come on this show and talk football. I actually like the football talk. I don't want to have to talk this politics shit. Y'all know I do it for the show, but I want to talk football, man. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner we get past this quarterback narrative and this thing that's been going on with the New York Giants since Daniel Jones stepped foot in the door. Y'all want to go through this again? Do y'all really want to bring another quarterback in here and just not support him and just full-blown hate on the dude? Like Coach said, he can handle it, which is why I want him here. But that's what y'all gonna do. It's up y'all doing it, and he ain't even got drafted yet. And y'all got so much hate and so many different narratives out there. We went through just a handful. This is light work, y'all, compared to the mess I hear about Shedeur Sanders. It's crazy, man. Do we gotta go through this again? I just want to ask y'all that. As a Giants fan, I put this hat on because I like the team. I've been following this team since I was a little kid. And I've seen many quarterbacks come in here, many different players come in here, and I've never once looked at them any different because they was black, white, or whatever. I rooted for the fucking team. But now we in this mode in 2025 where everybody's so sensitive and over analytical about every little thing that you want to break down somebody just because you're trying to hide the fact you don't like the kid because of the way he looks. So you over analyzing it, trying to justify your hate. Now, if you want to be real about it, just come out and say you hate him. I will actually respect you a little bit more if you did that. But y'all want to put because what y'all want to do, like Coach said, you want to put it to where you're not saying you hate him. You just put a narrative out there. So if he does work out, you can come back and say, I never said nothing bad about Shedeur Sanders. You full of shit. That's why I do this show. Because I'm going to call y'all out every single goddamn time. I'm going to do it every single time. Because you gave me and my brothers and everybody on this network hell for Daniel Jones for 5 fucking years. You getting that same energy. Word up. Word up. But, Pat, last words, bro. We're going to go around, man, and we're going to end this thing. I just want everybody to get their last spill out, man, because, again, like I said, I'm on it. I'm on it. You're going to get this smoke all year long. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I got to say is, man, just keep it real with yourself, and, it is what it is, man. Hopefully, our quarterback of the future is Shedeur Sanders, and he'll be here. And just make sure you do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it's getting to the position where they can't hide. You're not going to be able to hide what you want to do now. Because especially if Travis Hunter goes too. Now, if Travis Hunter doesn't go too, he's there with Shedeur Sanders. You take Travis Hunter. A lot of people be like, yeah, Travis Hunter's the, generational player. He's the, the guy that you can play with Malik Neighbors and everything, and that lessen the blow. But if that kid goes number 2 to the Browns and you don't take Shedeur Sanders, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Even if you take Abdul Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Last words, Coach, man.
Oh, one thing right before Coach, stop using other Aboriginal players to down another Aboriginal player.
Yes.
Don't hype up Abdul Carter because you don't want a certain type player to represent your franchise as the quarterback of the future. Don't hype up Cam Ward because you know damn well he's going number 1. You'll never be able to see him here. Stop doing that, man. Be real with yourself. That's just a fact, man.
Coach, what you got for him, man?
When we did the draft today with the Hardcore Sports Network, the greatest compliment we received was also a slap at our organization. When Mitch said, you guys can be a better management staff, or alluded to the fact that we could be a better management staff than what we already have.
Yeah. Dang.
That says it all right there, man. And I was just sitting here thinking about it, and it's a shame where this franchise has fallen to the point where we're a laughingstock. I grew up in an era where Giant pride was something that was up there. It was well respected. And yeah, we went through our rough times in the 70s. Don't get me wrong, we did. But when we were winning in the 80s and in the 90s, we were also a team that most teams were afraid to compete against. And the organization was well run. Mm-hmm. And now coaching changes every 2-3 years, literally. Incompetence in the general manager's office. We're supposedly getting wonder kids, and you leave me saying that we're buffoons as far as a head coach and a general manager. It has to change. Go said it. When are we going to break the cycle? We got to break that cycle now. And you don't realize getting that quarterback, the right quarterback, to lead this franchise back to prominence is going to be sitting here for you at 3. And do you have the kahunas to say, you know what, this is the right move and let's do it? So I'm going to end it right there.
Good stuff, man. Ghost, man. Wrap it up for us, bro.
Man, like Coach said, man, Joe Shane, Brian Daboll, go get the right quarterback. Go get your quarterback. You know what? Go get our quarterback. How about that?
There you go.
Go take your goofy asses up and go get me my fucking quarterback. How about that? That's what the fuck
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
about. And I'm done.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Alexander, Gaylord, appreciate you, man. Iman Perry, man. AK, man. Definitely, man. Pull up next time, man. I appreciate you. Always welcome on the show over here, bro.
AK, subscribe to the network if you haven't subscribed to the network already.
Yes, subscribe to the network. Anybody that subscribed to Unpopular Opinion Sports that's watching it on my page, go subscribe to the Aboriginal Sports Network. That is the central location for all of us up here on this panel. And we got many, many other content creators on the network, man, putting out some dope content out there, man. So, that being said, man, the only thing I got to say, man, you got to get the quarterback, man. You got to get the quarterback, man. And we just going to end it right there, man. They said it in the movie. This is why you get your quarterback.
Your goddamn quarterback. It's the top spot, kid. It's the guy takes the fall. It's the guy everybody's looking at first, the leader of a team.
And that being said, man, we up out of here, y'all. Deuces.